Hello, all you positive heads out there. It's so good to be back with all you beautiful reflections of the one source consciousness that creates and animates all things. If you're new to this podcast, of course, we are super happy to have you here, and we just ask that you bring an open mind and heart to your listening experience and to be prepared to explore vantage points that I'm convinced will help shift or solidify your current understanding of the ultimate nature of reality in a way that is extremely empowering. Speaking of exploring powerful perspectives, I would like to gift my book, The Golden Key, Modern Alchemy to Unlock Infinite Abundance to you at goldenkey.gift, where you can get the audio or ebook as my gift to you by using the code POSITIVEHEAD at checkout. Hey, positive heads. Welcome. Here we grow again. It is a Friday here in the studio, and I am grateful, of course, to be back with you guys. As always, hope you are doing just fine wherever you are receiving this broadcast. And yeah, I'm going to talk about, I don't know what I'm going to talk about, actually. So I've decided today we do something kind of different and cool. I think it's cool. Hope you do too. You guys have heard me talk, if you've been listening for a while, you've heard me talk about the book, The Untethered Soul, by Michael Singer. He pretty well-known book, really great book. The Surrender Experiment is another one that he talked about, that he wrote that was very well known. Read both of them years back. I've talked a bit about them. One of the big takeaways from Untethered Soul that I've shared on the show, for those who aren't familiar, is it's something that really stuck with me. And it's such a powerful realization, this takeaway from the book. So I'll go ahead and share that. And then what I'm going to do is, I happened to be out yesterday, and I walked into a little shop, and they had Untethered Soul card deck, which just has like different quotes, just little snippets from the book, just kind of set, as a coffee table kind of thing, and you can pull a card and, of course, cool message. So you guys know me. I love doing the, let the universe decide what's meant to come up. Of course, well, if you've never played the youniverse game on Positive Head, it's a really cool example of this. If you go to positivehead.com and /universe, YOU, and /YOU universe, you'll see where it's like, okay, take a moment, just concentrate on what is going to be the best possible episode for you, with a message for you to receive. And you can either click a button to automatically get it, or see the first number that comes in your head, and then check that episode out. And it's such a cool, I've gotten so much cool feedback around the game, because of course, when you meet the universe halfway and play in this way, it works. It's why tarot is such a powerful thing. And, it's like you're tapping into, you're meeting the universe halfway. You're tapping into the subconscious. You're, all these things, allowing for magic to show itself. And, it's a really fun game. And so I decided, when I saw this deck, that would be a great way to figure out what I want to talk about on a particular day or date. Maybe I'll do it multiple days, and just kind of pull something from the deck and see what comes up and what it means to me, and how, and just kind of riff on it. And I love the more free flow I can make this, the more inspired I think it can become. So yeah, I'm going to do that here in a minute. But first, I'm going to share with you guys what my big takeaway from Untethered Soul was. What Michael Singer talked about, that he had learned in his many years of, Surrender Experiment was all about him surrendering to whatever it was obvious the universe was kind of showing was his path. Even if it's not something he was consciously looking to choose, he kind of decided to make his life this experiment of just surrendering appropriately. And it led to so much magic in his journey. And so in The Untethered Soul, the thing he talks about that is the most important thing he's found is the importance of having your heart open. He's like, what most of us are doing is we're opening and closing our heart all the time, daily, right? If this happens, my heart opens. If this happens, my heart closes. If this, it's like I smell something that reminds me of grandma's cooking and I have fond memories, heart blast open. Someone says something that's, inspiring and beautiful, compliments me, heart opens. Someone does something that I don't like, says something I don't like, heart closes, and we're doing this unconsciously all day, every day. And, the way he kind of puts it is like, look, if you can learn to make this a conscious process, like the only thing that matters is you walking into a situation and keeping your heart open, right? Because what that is, that heart open versus heart closed feeling, and we all can, if you think about it, you can feel into that. Like, oh yeah, I know what it feels like to feel like my heart's wide open and I'm feeling, excited about life and loving what's around me versus closed off. And a lot of times we're opening and closing. It's like this valve, it's not just the heart's not just this valve pumping blood. It's the conduit to chi, life force, God, the universe, whatever you want, a cosmic flow, give it any name you want, energy, right? And prana, this is the conduit for that to come into your world. So what if, what he talks about is what if instead of opening and closing your heart based off of, what's happening around you, if this happens, I'm happy. If this happens, I'm sad. If this happens, it's open. If this happens, it closes, and on and on. It's instead of like you got this machine that's like the highest end sports car ever. You've got the ultimate Ferrari, right? And you're just mashing the gas, mashing the brake, mashing the gas, mashing the brake. What if your only aim is to walk into whatever situation is going to present itself to you is to have your heart open, which is opening your connection to source, to higher self, to God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. This is the thread, the stream of energy. This is the gas, right? And so it makes no sense to turn the gas off. Instead, you train yourself to leave your heart open. And now you just like anything, as you train yourself, you get better at doing it. As you get better at doing it, okay, I'm keeping my heart open no matter what. I'm a proactive being instead of a reactive being, right? I show up to the situation choosing to have my heart open regardless of its difficulty. You think of the famous book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl, great example of this in an extreme situation where he talks about being in a concentration camp during the Holocaust, and seeing the beauty in his bowl of fish head soup. Fish head and water was what he had to eat for the day in the most horrendous scenario, possible. And here, he found all this joy and beauty and happiness in Auschwitz, and it's like, wow, that's someone who's really tapped into keeping the heart open, and despite the external circumstances. So that was sort of my biggest takeaway from the book. I encourage you guys to read it if you're inspired to do so, The Untethered Soul. And it's just so profound. Like, imagine if you leave your heart open no matter what, and you train yourself to do that, what happens now? It starts becoming overflowing, right? This just chi, this prana, this life force, powerful source energy is just like oozing off of you, but it's overflowing because you never turn the valve off to your source. So I'll start with that little bit. And with that being said, I'm going to pull a card here from the Untethered Soul card deck. Let's see what's in store for us. This is sort of speaking in a way to what I was just talking about. Here it is. Your God is in ecstasy, and there's nothing you can do about it. And if God is in ecstasy, I wonder what he sees when he looks at you. What an interesting perspective and thought, right? If God is in a state of And you think of God, consciousness. God is consciousness. Source is consciousness. It is, which is made up of, feeling and emotion, and and if we are experiencing a fragment of the potential of what God is, if we're a chip off the block, like a small chip off the block, imagine the ecstasy of Source in its most expanded state, if there is such a thing as if it ever stops, right? The ecstasy, the bliss, the brilliance. And if, like it says here, if God is in that state, how do you think God sees you when God looks at you? Does God see how you screwed up your last relationship, or how you could have acted better when you were an immature teenager and you teased someone, or when you did that thing that you're really not proud of, that all these years later you're still beating yourself up for? You think God is focused on that part of you, or seeing beyond all of that and seeing the absolute brilliant, beautiful, divine spark that you are, and seeing how important, by the way, all those quote unquote failures, those shortcomings, are necessary for you to have the contrast, for God to have the contrast of God being what God is, right? And that's something that I think is really important to realize. Like, you are here, the book Conversations with God says that you're God-godding. You're God experiencing herself, right? God experiences and grows through you. You are an emissary. You are a warrior, a brave adventurer on behalf of God, right? God is doing this experience thing through you, and you stepped forward as a sliver a chip off the block, and said, I'm willing to, step forward and go into this time space thing, physical reality, forget who and what I am, all because I love you so much. I love us so much. And so how do you think God feels about that? The higher version of us. Do you think the ecstasy and love for you that is felt is beyond words? I think so. I think it is. And who are you, or who am I, to ever then turn around and judge ourselves in a way that is demeaning, looking down upon, I could do better, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, and on and on and on. All those things that we felt. And that's okay if we felt it in the past, right? But let's get in tune with this, shall we? Let's get in tune with how God is seeing you, right? God knows the truth of your being. God knows the truth of what you signed up for, because you loved so deeply and you wanted to contribute so deeply to the expansion of Source. And that, my friend, makes you so, so worthy. You are so worthy. Like, I was talking to a friend earlier today who's having, pretty tough time in their journey and having kind of like a rock bottom moment. And I was like, none of these things define you. Your source, your value is so beyond your car, your house, your partner, your job. All those things are like these kind of funny, silly little, they're just like masks, really, of, it's like Peter, who was on this week's Soul Share, his near-death experience. I remember him saying, when I was shown every single soul doing good things, bad things, in between, sleeping, making love, all the things were happening at once. And the one common denominator was the spark within each of them's heart. Even though it was obscured, they couldn't see it oftentimes, in their fellow man. It was there. And that spark is in you. And that, my friend, is your ultimate trump card. It's like, you have that card, you have it all. And it's not if, but when it is fully revealed to you, how beautiful, worthy, powerful you actually are. And I would say out of the 52 cards I could have pulled, in this deck, pulling that one today is you hearing these words, right? It's not by chance, right? So you're ready to feel what this podcast today is making you feel more fully than you ever have before, letting or reminding you or driving it home, anchoring it in even more deeply, seeing yourself through the eyes of source as much as possible means you're aligning with higher self and source. It's seeing through your eyes. Therefore, it's becoming the barrier. You're not cutting the fuel line off, right? You're not cutting the tap off. You're actually becoming more of it, and it's becoming more of you. And for that, you should be really proud of yourself, because how many people go through their whole lifetimes and never even glimpse what we're talking about here today? And what is our joy to be able to, like St. Francis of Assisi said, Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Taking this knowledge, this wisdom, this feeling, this energy, and embodying it is the best work you can do for the planet. You can take this and just being it, feeling it, tapping into it is going to give others permission. It's like it's momentum, right? Energetic momentum. You calling it in makes more of it here on the planet. And more of it here on the planet. It's the it's like the imaginal cells in the butterfly, right? The butterfly, the caterpillar at first, these cells pop up with the DNA blueprint for the butterfly, and the caterpillar cells see it and say, oh my gosh, destroy that. That doesn't belong here. And then it does. But then another imaginal cell, then another. And then over time, the momentum of the imaginal cells, and then they start working together. And then what do you know? The tide shifts, and all the pain and destruction that the little destructive caterpillar that eats everything, as my mom would tell you and complains about, actually turns into the cells that destroyed and, was this less evolved version. All that turns into fuel for the imaginal cells to take it, turn the butterfly, take the caterpillar, put it into the chrysalis cocoon, and out comes the butterfly, right? And so that's the process that you're in, and you are an imaginal cell. You are lighting up with this energy, and you should be so proud. I know I'm proud of you, and you are a beautiful, beautiful reflection. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for being you. Thank you for continuing to believe and to tap into the beauty, which is the truth of who and what we all are. All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I thought I might get to pulling more cards, but we'll do that another day for sure. I mean, that was fun. I liked having I love having the ability to just riff on this and tap into what's coming through. And that's really, it's something that we can all do, right? Just get into that flow and open to the possibility and magic, and not having to have it all figured out, right? Isn't that great? Like, I didn't have to have today's episode all figured out, just like you don't have to have tomorrow's plan figured out, your next career, your partner. You just have to get into the essence, get into the vibration of how feeling about yourself the way God feels about you. And you do that and all the doors will open. It's already happened. Time is an illusion. Congratulations, you did it. With that being said, I do have a powerful song to leave you with. I just heard the other day. It's called "The Power Is Here Now" by Alexia Chellin. Till next time, journey well. Love you so, so much. Also, before we cue up today's song, as a quick reminder, don't forget to download the Golden Key audio or ebook as my free gift to you at goldenkey.gift using the Golden Key code POSITIVEHEAD. And please, if you enjoy my gift, leave a positive review on Amazon so others can unlock their lives with the help of the Golden Key as well.
here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. Let the water wash away your tears. Let the fire burn away your fears. Let the wind blow into your life such faith and trust. Oh, let the earth hold you, take care of you, and nurture you. Oh, the power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. The power of love is here now. The power of now is here now. The power of you and me is here to create magic on earth. Let the water wash away your tears. Let the fire burn away your fears. Let the wind blow into your life such faith and trust. Oh, let the earth hold you, take care of you, nurture you.